Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. And very good day. We are from group 2, want to present assignment 1, topic hermetic suspension system. Next. This is my group's member. My name is Muhammad Syafiq bin Samsudin, and second Muhammad Aiman bin Ibrahim, third T. Changlong, fourth Ali Zainul Abidin bin Kamaluddin, and the last one Muhammad Akmal Hakimi bin Norazmi. Okay, start from me. Today, I would like to give the introduction of my presentation. The automatic air suspension system is an air-operated microprocessor controller suspension system. This system replaces the conventional coil spring suspension and provide automatic front and rear load leveling. The airbag is made of rubber and plastic to support the vehicle load at the front and rear wheel. Commonly used by Mercedes-Benz car, introduced on the W220 S-Class for the 2000 model year. Mercedes-Benz began equipping various models through their lineup with an suspension system. Next. Okay. This is the rule of a suspension system function. The first one is it support the weight of vehicle. Second, provide smooth ride for the driver and passenger. Third, protect the vehicle from damage and wear. Maintaining safe driving condition. Keep the wheel pressed firmly to the ground for traction. And the last one is it isolate the body from road shock and vibration, which would otherwise be transferred to the passenger and load. Okay, next I want to pass to other presenter. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Muhammad Aiman bin Ibrahim. So I will present about the components of hermetic suspension system. The picture shown of the structure of hermetic suspension system. Hermetic suspension is a different suspension system compared to traditional coil steel springs. Heavy-duty rubber air springs give luxury automobiles automatic leveling, increased safety, and a more comfortable, reliable ride. Next. So there are 5 components of hermetic suspension system. First, ride height sensor. Ride height sensor is to monitor the ride height and sends a signal to vehicle computer to activate compressor. It measures the varying distance between the road and the vehicle's chassis to provide input to a vehicle's ECU. Second, electronic control unit, which is ECU. ECU function sends a signal to the air suspension compressor to fill or release air for the vehicle's air struts. Third, air suspension compressor. Air suspension compressor are electric air pumps that feed compressed air into a reservoir or directly into flexible air bellows found on air springs, struts, and air assisted shocks. Next. So the fourth component is air suspension solenoid valve blocks. The function is air suspension solenoid valve blocks are responsible for distributing air from the compressor to the air struts and air springs. And lastly, air springs. An air spring is a rubber bladder filled with air, which function is equivalent to a coil spring. Air springs use the compressive abilities of air and rubber to absorb vibration and raise or lower the vehicles. So I will pass to the next presenter.
I'm Jie Changlong, and why we choose the aromatic suspension system for the electric vehicle and how it works. Because aromatic suspension system can absorb the shock of driving on roads that have poor condition. The suspension will absorb the shock by maintaining ground clearance even on rough terrain or when the car hits huge potholes or run over bumps to ensure good driving comfort and give comfort to passengers. This is because it's a self-leveling suspension system. Adding passenger or cargo does not reduce the comfort of the ride. Next. Besides that, driver can select a different drive program on an individual basis using the dynamic select switch in the center console. The car maintains its standard height up to a speed of 100 km per hour while using the comfort of manual program. But when the speed exceeds 110 km per hour, the vehicle suspension automatically lowers by 10 mm. allowing for a more dynamic driving style on highways while also lowering the wind resistance to perform aerodynamics and hang consumption. Next, I pass to Hakimi.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Akmal Hakimi. I will present about the advantage of automatic suspension system. And the first one, the advantage is more comfort when driving. The second is tire lasts longer because the system component don't take on as much of vibration. The third one is air suspension improve the ride height based on the load width and the vehicle speed. And the last one is the higher corner speed due to air suspension being better suited to the surface of the road. So next is the disadvantage of automatic suspension system. The first one is cost of buying and repair is more expensive than normal suspension. The second is fuel efficiency can suffer from the heavy weight of automatic suspension over the weight of normal suspension. And the last one is an automatic suspension system is vulnerability to air leak in malfunction. Okay, that's all for me.
Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. For my part, conclusion, okay, we can conclude that there are many advantages to use the automatic suspension system compared to the conventional system. For example, it can improve the driving comfort and ensure extra safety using the higher corner speeds due to the air suspension is better suited to the surface of the road. Other than that, there are good and bad sides to everything. Everything, for example, other system also have a good and bad. So the air suspension has both. However, one must accept the fact that without the system, the vehicle would not have improved too much fun. That is why even with the common mechanical problems, the pros of having this system can counteract all the drawbacks. If we have experience driving the automatic suspension system, we can compare and we can feel the difference with the conventional suspension system in the term of safety, in the term of driving comfort, and in the term of good handling. That's all from us. Thank you.